What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully, you guys having a good day so far. In today's video, we're going to be talking about one of the most important things in the game, I guess, in terms of what people are looking for, and that's going to be about Primal Shards and Mythical Champions. So these red, shiny, spicy shards here. This is what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Mythical Champions as well, and we will be talking about Remnant summons. Specifically, how many of these shards can we acquire and where we can acquire them? Same with the Remnant summons. And how many mythical champions are we expected to get in a year if we farm every single piece of spicy red material in this game? You guys let me know in the comments below, how many mythical champions do you guys think that we should be expecting per year if we're able to nab all of these red spicy materials in the game? Now, I'm not going to be talking about buying any of these shards or any additional resources like that. These are just acquired in the game. I think the results will be surprising. So let's jump right into it. So guys, first things first, for the Primal Shards, every month we're allowed to get 400 of these materials if you are in gold 4. So you can farm up 400 of these materials. You get 115 to 155 per 35 win chest in live arena. So you could theoretically get 400 of these quartz in 3 chests, but usually it takes 4 chests, and you can only get this per month. So 400 per month. So per month, you're allowed 400 of these quartz, which gives you 4 primal shards. And this is probably the main consistent way that people can pick up these shards. Obviously, live arena is not for everybody. However, you should be able to maintain about a 50% win rate in live arena. So you should be winning, between 2 and 3 wins every 5 battles. It's important to keep that up because you get this steady flow of primal quartz coming in, as well as this gear. This gear is really good. This gear is basically like a speed set and a crit damage set, but they're better. So make sure you guys jump into live arena. Just do it every day. I know it's a little bit of a grind. If you fight, if you're fighting really impossible fights, just leave, save yourself, the headache. Every 3 losses, you're going to be getting kind of a freebie battle against a bot champion, not champion, I mean player. So it should be a win on your fourth battle. So keep that in mind. 4 primal shards here from live arena. After that, we do have our monthly free primal shard, which is from the daily reward. So we get 1 primal shard right here. We have 1 primal shard for free if you've been playing beyond 270 days. So we'll be scooping that up every month. And then from Hydra is another area where we're going to be picking up a lot of these primal quartz, and you're going to be getting them from the Hydra Clash chests, right? So any of the top 3 finishes, you're going to get some primal quartz. So for example, if I claim my chest right now, we'll see that we'll get some quartz here. We got 75. If you're getting first or second, you're gonna get more quartz. And of course, we get Hydra Clash, every week. So that's 4 times a month. So presumably, if you can place top 3 for a month, so 4 consecutive weeks, and then you basically like average between first, second, and third, you're probably looking at about 100 quartz per week. If you win all 4, so that's going to be about 4 primal shards. And if you're lucky to win, for example, 4 first place in a row, you could be, theoretically getting 5 primal quartz even, because in the top chest rewards, you can go up to 135. So if you get really lucky, you could get 5 primal quartz from a month of Hydra Clashes. And of course, during random events during the month, we might be able to pick up some random quartz, maybe even primal shard here and there. For example, this Titan event, they took it away, but unfortunately, sometimes there are events with primal shards. For example, we just had the Verdant deck of fate, and my alt account literally pulled 3 primal shards from that event. So I'm allocating between 2 and 3, primal shards, or enough quartz to make 2 or 3 primal shards in a month. So theoretically, how many primal shards can you get in 1 month? I have the number right there. Theoretically, you could probably max out at about 15 primal shards per month if you, for example, win every single Hydra Clash in that month. Of course, that's very possible. And then you pick up all the primal quartz and primal shards available in every single event. and I'm allocating 2 or 3. And then lastly, we do have 2 siege events every month. And in siege, if you win, you're going to be guaranteed yourself 1 primal shard. So assuming if you win twice per month, then you'll be getting 2 additional primal shards. This gives us a total of 15 primal shards you can get per month. You guys can let me know in the comments below how many primal shards you guys actually acquire in a month. But 15 is the theoretical maximum, or pretty close to it. Now we can quickly talk about remnant summons here. So in 1 month, we're looking at 400 remnant materials, which gives us 4 remnant pulls. That's assuming we can complete all of these objectives here. So you have to kill Amius on hard mode and then full clear the entire Centranos. Then you're going to be getting 200 cursed remnants. And then Grim Forest, kill Lassoon for 100, and then finish off all the exploration in the Grim Forest. And then you'll get 100 there as well. So this is really, really nice. Grim Forest basically gave us, 200 extra cursed remnants, giving us 2 extra pulls per month, which is really, really good. And it's just going to give us more access to mythical champions. All right, so putting down all this information right here. So in 1 month, theoretically, 15 primal shards we can get from in-game activities. And then we're going to be getting 4 remnants, cursed remnants, 400, cursed remnants, which means 4 remnant pulls per month. So for math purposes, I'm just going to assume the theoretical maximum for everybody. We're just acquiring all this stuff all the time, which means our annual is a 180 primal shards per year and 48 remnants. Sounds pretty significant, but keep in mind that, this is theoretical maximum because we're winning every single siege, we're winning every single Hydra clash, and we're clearing every single Centranos, for example. It might not be feasible for a lot of players. I would say, most players, but it's the maximum. So keep that in mind, right? All right, guys. So this is some data analysis on 180 primal shards that we're going to be getting in that year. Assuming we have no mercy, we're starting with a fresh mercy and everything. We're looking at an 83.6% chance to pull at least 1 mythical champion from 180 primal shards during a 2x boost. Assuming you always pull during 2x boost, so you have a 1% chance to pull a mythical champion, you're looking at a probability of 83.6% chance of pulling your mythical champion. So, more likely than not, if you're able to farm every single primal, shard in the game, you're going to be looking at pretty close to 1 mythical champion per year, probability wise. And then just some quick stat breakdowns here on, the higher, 27% of you guys will get 2 mythical champions from those 180 primal shards, just an example. And so forth down the line. Some really lucky people are going to get 3 pulls, 16%. But yeah, mathematically speaking, we're very likely to get 1 mythical champion from all the primal shards we acquire in the year. From those same primal shards, how many mythical champions are we expected to get from 180? So from 180 with the 1% pull rate, we're expected to get 1.8 mythical champions from those shards. So theoretically speaking, we could probably guarantee ourselves 1 mythical champion a year just by farming all the crystals in the game. If we do a little bit of analysis on the remnant, the cursed remnant summons, if we get every single remnant, cursed remnant in the whole entire year, so basically full clear Centranos, Amius, and then full clear Grim Forest, Lassoon, we're looking at 48 attempts at pulling a mythical champion with a 2.5% pull rate, which is just a standard rate. The probability of pulling at least 1 mythical champion is about 74%. So it is still favorable in a year to kind of get at least 1 mythical champion from remnant summons. Now there is a mercy system on remnant summons. If you guys didn't know, it's really, really poor. I'm gonna put it up on screen right now. So it says after summoning 24 times without receiving a mythical champion, a mercy system will activate, and then you're gonna get an additional 1% per remnant summon afterwards. So you're gonna go from 2.5 to 3.5, 4.5, etc., etc. I try my best to incorporate that into this analysis here on the side. The analysis says that without the mercy system, it's going to be about 70%. So with the mercy system, it adds an extra couple percent. So we're looking at about 74% chance to pull a mythical champion from all the remnants you get in the game in a year. Now, what is the expected mythical value per year from all of these remnant summons? You're looking at 1.45 mythical champions per year. That's your expected if you farm all the cursed remnants in a year. So 1.45 mythicals, adding on top of the 1.8 expected mythicals, we're looking at a total of 3.25 mythical champions that you can expect in a year from farming 180 primal shards and 48 remnant summons. So, like I said, 3.25 mythical champions are expected from all of this resource that we get from the game. Like I said, we're not paying for additional resources or anything like that. I thought this was quite surprising. So, expected over 3 mythical champions per year if you're able to farm everything. Now, obviously, this is a maximum hypothetical situation. So I cut the values in half. So 90 primal shards that you can farm in a year, and then 24 of the remnant summons that you can farm in a year. Honestly speaking, I think the remnant summons are probably going to be more higher frequency cleared for most people because Grim Forest is just more accessible for most people. Obviously, Amius can probably be cleared more frequently, but clearing Cursed City, I think most people cannot do. So that's going to be something that most people probably give up in terms of remnant summons. But just to model a different type of approach, we used a 50% acquisition of all the resources in the game. So, like I said, 90 primal shards per year and 24 remnant summons per year. And we're still looking at 1.5 mythicals expected value per year. So, if you can at least farm a little bit of all these materials in the game, you're expected at least 1 mythical champion per year. It's actually doesn't seem that bad. But of course, when you factor in books and all that stuff, it's going to be, obviously more resource intensive, right? You're going to be looking at 10 to 12 mythical books, which are definitely not easy to get. So booking out the champion is another issue, but this is just acquiring the champion. Now, mythical champions have been in the game since September of 2023. So about 2.5 years now. So some of you guys might not even have been playing when mythicals first got introduced, but it was a pretty big deal. So, just for interest's sake, I'm going to go through my account and just tell you guys how many mythical champions I have in 2.5 years of playing this game that are not free. Aphidus, so 1, 2, 3. I have 3 mythical champions from playing this game for, X amount of years, and the system being in place for 2.5 years. Now, keep in mind that over time, Plarium has added more ways to get primal quartz, primal shards, and now they've doubled the amount of remnant summons that we can do per month. So the rate of mythical champions that we will be getting moving forward should be higher than it was 2.5 years ago. I've had particular bad luck pulling mythical champions from primal shards. For example, Garo took 204, and I'm already at about 175 primal shards since my last pull. So I'm approaching Mercy again on my next pull. I pulled Aphidus from a remnant summon, and I pulled Galus from a remnant summon. So overall, definitely well below expected value in terms of my mythical champion acquisition rate, at least on this account. Now, the last Primal Shard event that we had was the end of January, and right now it's the end of March, roughly. So it's about 2 months. So in 2 months, I've been able to get 10 Primal Shards and 20 primal shards worth of primal quartz, so 30. Theoretically, I'm hitting the near maximum for what we can actually achieve in the game. So I have 30 primal shards here, and it's been about 2 months. So like I said, theoretical maximum about 15, which sounds about right. I've been winning, my CVCs. I don't think there's any primal stuff in CVC, but I've been winning CVCs. I've been winning Siege. I've been winning Hydra clashes. I always go for all the primal materials and so forth. So, I've been doing pretty much near the maximum in terms of primal shard acquisition, and then the remnants. I've been able to max out every month, but I'm an ultra endgame player, so obviously dial it down for your own account. Now, in contrast, this is my alt account, which is also an endgame account, but I spend a lot less time on this account, so there's going to be some things that I don't actually focus on, like some events that I don't farm for example, and I definitely don't play live arena on this account. So here I have 9 Primal Shards, and then I have 10 in quartz. So I have 19 on this account. So you can kind of see the stark difference here, right? This is a 2 month, 2 month kind of Primal Shard farm between two different accounts. On my main account, which I focus on, and I get everything available in the game. I win every single clash, every competitive aspect in the game. I do live arena, etc., etc. I have 30 Primal Shards available. On my alt account, I have 19. So this is an account that doesn't do any like live arena, just the stuff I have to do like for daily missions and stuff like that. But you can kind of see a difference here, right? I'm getting about 2/3 of the total amount of theoretical Primal Shards in the game. And on this account, I definitely don't full clear Curse City, so I'm probably only expected to get 3 Remnant summons per month instead of 4. So what are the key takeaways from this kind of analysis? So first of all, a lot of your shards or primal, a lot of your primal shards or quartz to make the shard, sorry, will come from your Hydra wins, your siege victories. So, a good chunk of them will come from those. So make sure you guys are in, strong enough clans that you guys can win your fair share, of course. Like no clan's going to win every single one, of course, but you want to win your fair share, right? You don't want to lose every single one, that's for sure. You don't want to lose out on all that. The other big thing is that doing live arena regularly, you're still going to get a pretty good chunk. You're getting 4 out of the theoretical 15 maximum. So you're getting, more than 25% of the total amount just by doing live arena. And live arena, you don't need a crazy account. You basically just need to consistently do it because, like I said, Plarium will push us towards, like a 50% win rate. So no one's walking around here with like a 10% win rate if you're actually like trying to win. So just do it regularly. You're going to pick up 4 free Primal Shards in a month. And lastly, focus on Grim Forest. Make sure you get those 2 Remnant pulls every month consistently. And then try at least to clear Amius. You get a free Remnant summon there as well. And then, of course, try to get as much of these Curse Remnants throughout Curse City as possible. They do stack up and they do give you, some additional chances at pulling these Mythicals. I think doing kind of like the minimum just for acquiring the quartz and these remnant summons is going to give you a pretty good expected value in terms of how many mythicals you can pick up or kind of expect in a year. And I think everyone can kind of expect to get at least 1 mythical a year if you just do kind of the average amounts for these different areas. Of course, every account is different and everybody's play time is different. So if you guys obviously can't allocate a lot of time towards playing the game, then doing some of these events are going to be difficult and acquiring these resources will be a lot difficult. But still, you guys can kind of use the analysis here to kind of give you a rough idea of what to expect based on what you require. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully it was informative and insightful for you guys. Let me know in the comments below if this amount is surprising. Like I said, theoretical maximum from stuff in the game, about 3.25, mythical champions per game per year. I thought it was a little bit surprising. I'm definitely going to do my best to get as much of the material as possible. Obviously, as an end game player, easier said than done for brand new players. But like I said, at 50% acquisition rate on all the materials, you're still expected to get about 1.5 mythicals per year. So yeah, there is something to look forward to, from all that consistent grind. You guys let me know in the comments below if this number is surprising to you guys. Best of luck on your 2x primal pulls tomorrow. Hopefully everybody gets something nice and shiny. If not, we're going to be getting closer towards that mercy, I guess. Let me know if I made any mistakes along the way. Appreciate your feedback as always. Thanks for watching until the end, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.